All right, so here we are for our 2018 win-loss season predictions for the Carolina Panthers. And Sean, joining us is our special guest, a good friend of ours, Pigskin Pete. Welcome, Pigskin Pete.
What's up, fellas? Good afternoon, everybody. Pigskin Pete here. Happy football season to everybody.
Woo!
Yes.
Football. The season is right around the corner. No matter what team you rep, everybody's excited. Everyone's optimistic at this time because, NFL, I think, is going to be a really good year for the entire NFL. Yeah. It seems like everybody's making great moves for the most part. I'm excited. I think the competition is really stacked up this year, especially in the NFC.
Oh, it's stacked, man. You got a lot of teams coming out.
Now, Pigskin Pete, your division, the NFC South, is probably the best division in football.
I would have to agree, sir. I think that the NFC South has separated itself just over the past couple years from the other divisions in football. And it comes from quarterback play, and we'll get into that, I'm sure, and just the overall consistency of the amount of teams that have been in the playoffs and, of course, have gone deep into the playoffs, i.e. the Panthers and the Falcons and even the Saints, last year, have been really making a mark on in the NFL as a whole. And you're starting to see other conferences, like the NFC West, the NFC East may even be a much tougher division this year than it was. And, of course, they're the defending champions. The NFC North has Aaron Rodgers, and Mitch Trubisky, who I think is going to be an up-and-coming fabulous star.
He had to throw that in for you, Josh. You had to throw that.
Listen, I'm not going to hate on Mitch. Listen, you see this right here? I'm an ACC college football fan, and Mitch Trubisky is a North Carolina guy, so I do like Mitch Trubisky. But I think you're right. I think that the NFL this year has some fabulous storylines across the board, whether it's on the football field or off the football field. Every year just gets better and better and better. And who cares about all this kneeling crap? Who cares? I want to see football.
Yes, sir.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Couldn't put it any better than that.
Now, before we get into the season,
we
want to ask everybody watching right now, especially if you're a Clemson fan, especially if you're a Panthers fan, go to the description box down below and go subscribe to our boy, Pigskin Pete.
You won't be disappointed, guys.
Now, I am under the impression that you are going to be going live a lot during the college football season, as well as for some Panthers games. Is that right?
That's right. So I'll be going live for some primetime college football games, most likely the 7 or 8 o'clock game on Saturday nights. If it's a Clemson game, that would be great. I am certainly going to make time to do some Clemson games, and I will pick a handful of Carolina Panthers games to go live for. Obviously, I can't do all of them because I'm going to be doing ones the day before, and I do have a life outside of YouTube, unfortunately, even though I wish I didn't. But yes, I will be doing some Panthers games. So if you're a Panthers fan or even a hater, i.e. a Saints and a Falcons or a miserable Bucks fan, then please tune into Pigskin Pete.
Yes, guys, do that, man. It's going to be a lot of fun.
I'm looking forward to the streams. I cannot wait. Absolutely. All right, so Carolina Panthers, 2018, going to the season. How are you feeling about the Panthers? You think they made some good moves during the offseason?
So I'll tell you this. So at the very end of the last football season, let's say after the Super Bowl, February, whatever it was, I was so down in the dumps about the Carolina Panthers, a new owner, a new GM, a new defensive coordinator, a new offensive coordinator. When you see turnover like that in the coaching staff and the ownership, it's a recipe for disaster. I was so down in the dumps. I even made a couple of videos and had Carolina Panthers fans coming on my videos, calling me a traitor, unsubscribing, telling me I was a loser, telling me I was ugly. I mean, it was terrible and horrible. But what ended up happening was draft time happened. And when draft time happened, I got a football boner because the Carolina Panthers knocked it out of the park. And I have a newfound, not only did they knock it out of the park with their players they selected in the draft, but they hired the offensive coordinator I want. The defensive coordinator they got is good. The new owner I like. And they rehired a former Carolina Panthers GM and Marty Hurdy, who I didn't believe in before the draft, but he gave me some newfound hope. So I did a complete 180. I'm very, very optimistic about the Panthers season this year.
Yeah, man. I really love that pick you guys made with DJ Moore.
Oh,
man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Woo.
DJ Moore, Marquise Haynes, Jermaine Carter Jr., Dante Jackson out of LSU, Rashawn Golden out of Tennessee. I mean, they hit all of the nails on the head. I've been saying we need a deep threat receiver. Got DJ Moore. We need cornerbacks and safeties. Got those. We need a tight end. This guy Ian Thompson out of where's he out of? Indiana. Because when Greg Olsen gets hurt, we lose. There's no secret. If Greg Olsen gets hurt, we lose. People don't cry about it. It's true. And they just knocked everything out of the park, and they got offensive linemen. So other than that, we're stacked. So we got everything we needed. It's just a matter are these rookies going to live up to the hype? And of course, all the pieces that we had there before, are they going to continue to do what they do?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
And with that, let's get right into the season. Now, remind you that this is prior to the season starting. Anything can happen.
Yes.
You know, preseason is still underway.
Yeah.
And but we'll try our best to try to gauge the season.
Yeah.
And we're gonna start off with Week 1, Carolina Panthers at home going up against the Dallas Cowboys.
Yes.
All right, so I'm going to kick it
team.
off to you, Clinton, to you, Pigskin Pete, then Sean, and I'm just going to sit back here, drink my beer, and watch this unfold.
All
Go
right.
ahead, Pigskin Pete.
Let's see what happens.
You go first.
All right, so Sean, listen, man, I consider us to be new friends, but friends nonetheless.
Yeah.
And I think that after this conversation, you're probably not going to like Pigskin Pete very much anymore. I'm just sorry. The fact of the matter is, I think that Jerry Jones is a great owner, but a terrible general manager. I mean, listen, forget about Jerry Jones for a second here. The Cowboys, to be in all seriousness, I'll get out of the shtick for this because I think I want to be serious about what I'm saying. The Cowboys have lost some key pieces on offense. I do think that the Cowboys are going to have a better defense than they probably had in years. So I will give you that much. The problem when it comes to going to Carolina Week 1 as a Cowboys team is that you're one-dimensional in my mind.
Okay.
With Ezekiel Elliott. Now, Dak Prescott is not a bad quarterback. I don't consider him to be a great quarterback yet. Yeah. And I'm not saying he won't be, but he's not yet. And Carolina's defense, their front four, hell, their front seven is so stacked that even if Ezekiel Elliott is able to put together a 125, 150-yard game and have 2 touchdowns, I still think that that's not enough to beat Carolina at home. Okay. So I have the Carolina Panthers winning this game 28-14 at home Week 1.
28-14.
Sean, your rebuttal.
This game's going to be close. This game's going to be close. It could go either way, in my opinion. Both teams are great teams that could win. I like how you actually show some respect to the Cowboys defense. Not a lot of people have. They were top 10 last year, even though Sean Lee was out. So I think they got even better this year, adding a better coach, Chris Richard, adding obviously Leighton Vander Esch. Yeah. I think our defense is going to be a top 10 defense again this year. Now, offense is obviously the biggest question for us, right? No Dez Bryant, but Dez Bryant wasn't a major part of our offense even when he was here. I feel like our offense is going to be a little bit better than people think because I think our play action, we can see going like you said, our play action. Those safeties going to bite, right? I'm not too worried about our passing game so much because when we saw a couple years ago when we went 13-3, Cowboys play action, Dak was throwing it all over the place. He had one of the best deep throw percentages in the league because of the play action. So I'm not too nervous. I'm a little nervous losing Jason Witten. That's what more scares me more than anything, that leadership.
Yeah.
But I think that this is going to be like a 1-point or a 3-point game, and I think my Cowboys are going to pull it out. Mm-hmm. Because we need this win, and everybody's down in the Cowboys this year. Everybody thinks that we're going to be trash team, and I think they know that, and they are going to come out on fire and win one close one on the road here.
Mm-hmm. All right. Now, can I do a rebut to the rebut real quick?
Go ahead.
And this would be very short and sweet. I'll be willing to make a friendly wager with you, sir, that if somehow the Cowboys go on the road and beat Carolina, I was going to say I'd buy you a steak, but you're in Texas. I'm in South Carolina. I don't know how the hell that would work.
Yeah.
But what I will do is the night of that game, I will call the local pizzeria of your choice and order a pizza to wherever you are, sir.
Okay. All right. And I'll do the same. You want to do that? I'll do that because that game was what? Let me check. Is that 4 o'clock?
It's at 4 o'clock Eastern time, 4:30 Eastern time, something like that.
Hey, Josh, we're gonna have some free pizza that
night. You know why?
Why?
Because I got the Cowboys winning this game as well. Yes, absolutely.
Oh God.
You know, I think Sean is right. You know, I think and I've made jokes about the Dallas Cowboys. I give Sean a little bit of crap.
A little.
Yeah.
A little.
Right. And yes, losing Jason Witten is a bit of a concern, but. You know, I think with the removal of Dez Bryant, I think that makes the offense going to be a little bit more efficient because Dak's not going to try to, to go force feed Dez Bryant or anything. I like this wide receiving core that you guys got here with the addition of Michael Gallup that you guys made.
He's been looking phenomenal, Cam.
Yeah. Oh, this dude is. Yeah. He absolutely is looking like a beast. And you think he could be like a number 1 or number 2 receiver by the end of the year?
Well, right now that's what they're running. They're running Allen Hurns, and then they might have Michael Gallup on the other side, and then Terrence Williams third.
Could be the guy.
It could be, yeah.
So, and then, that offensive line, I think, is the second best in the NFL. I think they're right there with the Philadelphia Eagles. And Ezekiel Elliott, I think he's going to have an MVP-type season. And that defense that Dallas Cowboys have, yes, like Sean said, he thinks it's going to be top 10, and it may well be. I think a lot of people are sleeping on the Dallas Cowboys defense. Now, your Panthers, I'm a little bit worried about your run defense going up against Zeke. I think he's going to have a good day.
I hope so.
Even against a great defense, I think he's
going
to have a good day.
Yeah. I agree he's going to have a good day.
And your pass rush. Are you a little bit worried about your pass rush this year? Because looking at you guys' your pass rush, I don't know, man. What do you think?
Why would I be worried about my pass rush with Luke Kuechly, K'Wan Short, Julius Peppers? I know Thomas Davis suspended for the fourth game. Yeah. Are you being facetious, sir? I know that Thomas Davis is not there, for the linebacker blitz, but we still do have Shaq Lawson. Don't forget about him.
Yeah, that's true. Another thing I forgot to mention, and I wanted to point out, is that what I think
Shaq Thompson.
Yeah.
Lawson.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Well, he's more efficient in the pass rush. He's not that big of a key factor in there. I mean, he's more of a run defender, isn't he?
He's more, but he can do both. I mean, okay. Yeah, he can do both. We did draft a defensive end. The thing that you're leaving out of this whole situation is the fact that it's in Carolina.
No,
because that does make a big difference.
Well, Carolina has dropped some games at home last year that they shouldn't have, like my Chicago Bears. You guys are capable of doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah, this isn't last year, and Cam Newton as a starter has a 90% winning percentage at home after 7 seasons. So 90% chance the Cowboys lose.
I look at it like this also. That's woof. Okay. Another thing is that
I want 2 pizzas.
I look at 2 pizzas. I look at also what concerns me. Like I said, I think it's going to be a close game. It could go either way. I could see the Panthers pulling this out, right? But also what concerns me is your offensive line versus our D-line. Our D-line is very underrated with DeMarcus Lawrence. We saw that last year. He's one of the top sack leaders, and he's still in a contract year. So I think losing Norwell, right?
Yes.
I think can hurt that.
I actually have your offensive line ranked 21st going into this year.
So our D-line could get after it, and we already know, and you know this as a Panther fan, if you hit Cam Newton a few times, he gets a little frustrated, and his play diminishes, right? And when he gets frustrated. So that's going to be the key. That's the only reason, a big reason why I think the Cowboys will be able to win this on the road is just to frustrate Cam, get him out of his zone. Because when he's having fun, he's great. But when he's not.
Here's the other thing you're not taking into consideration, though. There is no other quarterback in the league like Cam Newton that you have to prepare for.
Very true.
That's true.
Fair enough.
It's not if you have a great defensive line and a great pass rush, it's not just the guy that you're going to tackle in the pocket. It's a whole other dimension to trying to defend him. Yeah. And if he busts off a couple of big runs, believe me, that pass rush is going to back the fuck off. Okay. So hey, I know where you guys stand, and we have our bet, and somebody's going to get fat on pizza, and hopefully it's me.
All right, we're gonna find out, and we're gonna find out week 1. I'm already liking this.
Ooh, I want pepperoni, extra cheese, some sausage. What do you want on that pizza?
I'm on it. It's my pizza. I'm getting everything.
No, we're gonna get 2 pizzas. We're gonna get 2 pizzas. No, by the end of this, by the end of this thing. No, but yeah, Carolina could absolutely win this game. I think it would be a close one, but I think the Cowboys edge out here with the win here on the road.
All right.
Wow, that was just week 1.
Week 1. Oh my God.
Going into week 2, Panthers are on the road against the Atlanta Falcons.
Yeah.
I have this as a loss as well.
2 straight losses.
2 straight losses. I think the Falcons get the win here at home. Clemson. I mean,
you see the Clemson behind him.
I see Clemson right on the head. Pigskin Pete. What do you think about this?
Sorry, I've been called worse. I actually do have that as a loss. As much as I did not want to do this, when I originally looked through the schedule, I had Carolina beating the Falcons twice. Now, this is the one loss that I revised, and the reason I revised it is because Carolina does not have a very good record in Atlanta.
Yeah.
And I don't think that I think that it's infeasible for me to say that Carolina is going to just sweep the Falcons at both games. So I'm giving the Panthers a close loss in Atlanta.
Right. Now, look, Atlanta's coming off, in my books, off a loss against Philadelphia. They're pissed off. They're heading home, and they're going to get this win here. I think they have very little holes on their team on both sides of the ball. The thing that I'm worried about is what everybody's worried about, is their play calling on the offense and their red zone efficiency. If they still can't figure that out, the Panthers could take advantage. And by the way, I don't think any of us has mentioned this, but I am so huge on Christian McCaffrey. I love that dude. So he could have a big game against Atlanta. But I'm going Falcons here at home.
Yeah, this is one of those ones that y'all could steal on the road, but this is their home opener. So I do have Atlanta winning this also, just because of that. And I love Atlanta's linebackers. I love their secondary. Keanu Neal is one of my favorite safeties in the league right now. The guy's like Cam Chancellor 2.0. So I really like Atlanta at this at home here. So I got Carolina losing this one.
All right, so we're all unanimous here. Yeah. Falcons getting the win.
Yeah.
All right, Pigskin Pete. Week 3, you guys are at home against the Cincinnati Bengals. I think this is a win. What do you think?
You already know I think this is a win. I think that the Bengals are one of the worst teams in the NFL right now. I'd say the Bengals. I hear something. The Bengals ceiling might be 7 wins, and that's a good prediction. That's me being optimistic for the Bengals, and for them to come down to Carolina and expect to get a win is absolutely crazy and ridiculous. So no, I don't even think it'll be close. I think it'll be a 2 or 3 touchdown victory by Carolina.
Sean, I hear the faint sounds of a screaming ginger somewhere. But what do you think?
Oh, I got this as an easy win for Panthers too. I'm not big on the Bengals either. I think they could arguably be one of the worst teams in the league myself. I am going to go Carolina with a double-digit 2-touchdown win right here. Convincing at home.
Yeah, I don't think the Bengals are that bad, but they're not on the level of the Panthers, not at all. No. And this will be an easy home win for the Panthers.
Yep.
All right, man. Heading into week 4, it's a bye week.
Damn,
that's gotta suck.
That's an early bye week. That kind of sucks.
Dude. I know. I mean, talk about a buzzkill. You're just getting into the season, and all of a sudden it's a bye week. Come on.
Yeah, that's rough, man.
Okay, so ready for an argument?
Ooh, yeah.
All right, let's head into week 4.
Week 5?
Week 5. Week 5. Coming out of the bye week in week 4.
Yeah.
Panthers at home against the New York Giants. Pigskin Pete, how do you see this one playing out against this Giants team that has made a lot of good moves?
Yeah, I do agree that the Giants are not going to be the same team they were last year. I think they're going to be much improved. They made great changes. They stole our GM. I'll just leave that out of it, though. It doesn't really matter. They also stole our running back. They also stole a couple of other players. They are basically the Panthers 2.0, but yet they cannot beat the Panthers. I think that the fact that this is in Carolina is a huge advantage. Listen, like I said before, to be serious here, the Giants are much better than their record reflected last year, and I think they're going to be a lot tougher this year. But being the fact that they play Carolina in Carolina so early in the year, I don't think they're quite going to have their bearings yet. I think the Giants are going to be a 10 times better team later in the season than they are week 4 or 5.
Okay.
So I got the Panthers winning that.
Sean?
This one is one of those games that was kind of tough for me because I think y'all should easily handle the New York Giants. But I feel like the Giants might upset here. It's just one of those games where a lot of people are expecting the same Giants as last year, right? Okay, yeah, they added more pieces, but it might take a year. But a lot of people forget 2 years ago they went 11-5. They were in the playoffs. Last year they just quit on their head coach. And they got a lot better this offseason. They had the best, I think, arguably the best draft in the league. And that sucks because they're a rival. But Saquon Barkley, I think he's going to have his feet wet by now. He's going to get his ball rolling. I love Saquon Barkley. Odell Beckham, he's got something to prove. He got hurt last year. I don't see nobody, I think, guard Odell. I don't care who it is. I just think this is going to be an upset. I think the Carolina Panthers might be a trap game for them. Them not expect the Giants to be able to come in there and win. And
yeah, I have the Giants winning here.
You have them winning too?
Yeah.
Oh my. Clemson hates us. Clemson. Pigskin. I called him Clemson too. Pigskin Pete.
See that Clemson on his
You
head.
fucked me up.
I'm just staring right at that. But anyway,
he's never gonna come back on now.
Yeah. Oh, I'll be back. You can't piss me off.
I have. Okay. You sure?
Sure, we're gonna put that to the test.
No, you can't piss me off.
Let me change some of these picks. Hold on.
Listen, dude, I'm married. I don't get pissed off too easy.
Okay.
Because we have the Cowboys and the Giants upsetting the Panthers here. Yeah, I mean with that run game, and then nobody is stopping Odell Beckham Jr. in your secondary. He could have an absolute field day. So I got the Giants pulling off an upset win here. Right now, the comment section is blowing up.
We're getting a lot of hate right now.
You don't know shit about football.
Yeah. Have you ever watched a game of your life? Yeah, that's what they're going to be saying.
But yeah, we have the upset. Yeah, right here.
All right. Well, we'll see who's right. But listen,
y'all should win this. I'm not going to say y'all shouldn't.
Yeah. Anytime you want
to win,
up that bet, we could go for wings too.
Oh yeah,
we could go for wings too.
I can add wings to the order. By the time we get done with this, we might have to make a second bet on the overall record for Carolina.
We have to.
Okay, that's no problem. We've already made like 5 bets. Yeah. Throughout these season predictions.
Yeah, we've had a lot of bets made.
Yeah.
It's gonna be feast or famine for you guys.
Oh yeah. One bet has Sean shaving his head.
Yeah, apparently they want me to get my head shaved like Jazzy got.
See, I never take bets that involved razors ever. That's a no.
See, I'm nervous about that too. I never liked to do that either, but I got peer pressured. I did. Josh was.
You took the bet?
Yeah, I took it.
Oh.
But it's only if the Cowboys get swept by a certain team and by the Eagles, and I don't think it's going to happen. I'm pretty confident it's not going to happen.
Shout out to Philly 500 for making that bet.
You might be bald here pretty soon. I'm just saying.
Oh, we're not going to go bald. We're just a buzz cut, okay? I'm not going bald.
Okay, all right.
Oh, yeah. That's another reason I took it.
Heading into week 6, the Carolina Panthers are on the road against the Washington Redskins.
Yep.
Another NFC East team.
Yeah, playing
and
a lot of them early in the season.
Pigskin Pete, here on the road, do you fear at all the Washington Redskins?
No, I don't.
Okay.
I don't fear John Gruden Jr. I don't fear Josh Norman, the former Carolina Panther.
Yeah.
I don't fear Alex Smith even. I mean, Alex Smith should have. Well, he doesn't have a choice where he stayed, but he was on a much better team. He downgraded when he went to Washington.
Yeah.
Here's another team that I think unlike the Giants, I think the Giants are going to be a lot better than they were last year. I don't think the Redskins are going to be better than they were last year. I see the Redskins as being about where they were last year. And how many games they win last year? They didn't make the playoffs. 7 games, 8 games, maybe.
I think so.
Yeah,
I think so.
I see that, and I don't care if it's in Washington or not. I think that the talent on Carolina just outweighs the talent on the Redskins at right now. So I think that Carolina wins. I would say, to be nice here, that Carolina wins a close game, 3 to 7 points, because it's on the road.
Okay. That's fair. A little close game there, and because that's exactly what I think. I think the Panthers will win here in a close one, because in looking at all 32 teams, the one that surprised me the most was the Washington Redskins. They've low-key been building themselves a great identity the last couple of years. This is a team that could be one of the most physical teams in the NFL, in the trenches, offensive line, defensive line, all the way to their secondary. Everyone is just so damn physical. Alex Smith is going to give them efficiency at quarterback, as opposed to Kirk Cousins, who's Jekyll and Hyde out there. He's a guy who could absolutely lose you games. Alex Smith isn't going to lose you games, but he's not going to win you games neither. But that's what they don't need that. They don't need a guy to go out there and be a gunslinger and go out there and try to win games. They want to play physical. They want to dominate the trenches, and now they have Darius Guice, who I think can be a beast in this league. I'm really liking that guy. Okay. But I do have the Carolina Panthers winning this game on a road, and they're going to feel it after this game. They're going to feel a little bruised up here. So I got Panthers winning.
I think we're all unanimous. I do have the Panthers winning also. I'm not as big on the Redskins as Josh. I'm kind of with you, Pigskin Pete. I think they're I'm just not sold on them. I know they've been building some pieces, but for some reason they don't play up to their potential. Could it be the coaching?
Well, they've also had injuries. They've also dealt with injuries.
That's true. So we'll have to see how that progresses. But I'm just not sold on the Redskins. So I got Panthers winning this easily, I think.
Okay, easily. And me and Pigskin have a close win of about a field goal or so.
Field goal.
Okay. All right, heading into Week 7, another NFC East team right here on the road against the Philadelphia Eagles.
Yeah.
Pigskin Pete, how do you see this one playing out?
I have this as a loss for Carolina. I've said this back the day that the schedule came out. And it's easy for you to say, oh, yeah, well, they're the Super Bowl defending champions. Of course, you're going to pick a loss for them. I got to tell you, I went to the last Carolina Panthers game I went to was an Eagles game in Carolina. Now, the Eagles fans, and much respect to you, Philly 500, I love you, sir, but you guys are absolutely fucking nuts. You're crazy people. I think you need to be put in straitjackets, most of you. And I don't even know how you found your way back to Philadelphia, because you were so goddamn drunk that you couldn't even find your way out of the stadium. But I will say that the Eagles right now, I don't think they're a one-and-done team. I don't think they're just a team that's going to win the Super Bowl and go away. I think that they're just continue to load up. I love their coaching staff. I love their roster. And to go into Philly, I don't care if it's at 12 o'clock on Sunday or a Monday night football game, is a very hard game to win for anybody right now. I have Carolina losing that by 7 to 10 points.
I also have this as a loss. I think the Philadelphia Eagles are the best team in the NFL heading into this year. And, in Lincoln Financial Field, they're going to walk away with a victory right here.
Yeah, I have the same thing. The Eagles winning this one. Panthers, I just don't think they match up well with the Eagles, with that solid D-line.
Sure.
I think if the Panthers, I could see the Panthers maybe pulling off an upset if Cam Newton just goes off, right? Him running all up and down, like 200 yards rushing for him. I know that's unrealistic, but he would have to just put that whole team on his back because that's how it's going to be. He's going to be running for his life with that D-line. Add Michael Bennett and all that, all those playmakers over there is ridiculous. So I got Eagles winning this though.
Okay.
Yeah. Sounds like we all agree there.
Yes, sir. All right, heading into Week 8, Pigskin Pete, your Panthers are back at home going up against the Baltimore Ravens out of the AFC North, and I'm going to say that this is going to be a win for your Panthers. Do you agree?
Oh, I completely agree. I'm not a believer in Joe Flacco. I think that Joe Flacco is the most overrated quarterback in the NFL. I don't even know if you can call him overrated because I don't think anybody thinks he's any good. But he does have a Super Bowl ring. He clearly did not win that Super Bowl. That was won on the defense by Ray Lewis and the rest of those guys, the same way that Trent Dilfer did it when he won there. And the Ravens are. I'm not going to say I do believe that the Ravens will be an improved team over last year, which isn't hard when you're completely trash, but hey, I think that the Ravens don't have a chance to beat Carolina at home. I don't even think it'll be close. I see it a 2-3 touchdown win by Carolina in this game.
Wow. This one I do have y'all winning. I actually like what the Baltimore Ravens did for Joe Flacco this year. They got him some weapons, which he hasn't had for a passing game in a long time. And they got him some tight ends. Finally, he loves tight ends.
They got a hell of a good one.
But Carolina matches up well with tight ends. You'll have Thomas Davis back, Luke Kuechly, as long as he doesn't have concussions. This guy's one of the best cover linebackers in the game, right?
Yeah.
So I think y'all match up well in that aspect. So I got Carolina winning at home against Baltimore.
Okay, so we're all unanimous on that one as well.
Yeah.
Heading into Week 9, Pigskin Pete, you guys stay at home, playing against division rival Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Oh, this should be a good one, right?
I think this will be quick. Go ahead.
50-0.
Oh, damn.
That's all I'm going to say about that.
Okay.
All right.
Sean?
Well, yeah, I got the Carolina Panthers winning too. I'm not sure about 50-0, but it might be damn close.
All right. Listen, I got a little bit crazy there. 48-0.
Okay. That's more reasonable, sir. Thank you. No, I think this could be. Tampa Bay, their coaching, they got to get rid of Dirk Cutter before I believe anything. Their defense, they never addressed it. I feel so bad for Mike Evans, what he's having to deal with over there, wasting his good years. So,
actually, I have the Panthers winning.
Oh, I saw.
I was about. Hey,
I was going to slap him for you.
I wasn't about to even drop the mic. I was about to break it over my own head if he said that they're going to.
Yeah, I was going to lose it. Man.
Okay. Heading into Week 10, Pigskin Pete, you guys are on the road Thursday night football against the Pittsburgh Steelers. How do you see this one playing out?
I have this as a loss as well.
Okay.
You can notice a pattern here with me. I have pretty much all the losses so far. I picked the Falcons as a loss on the road for the Panthers, the Eagles on the road for the Panthers, and the Steelers. And listen, if the Steelers played Carolina in Carolina, I probably would still pick the Steelers to win this. The Steelers are absolutely loaded. They've got to be a top 3 or 4 team in the entire NFL. They have the best receiver, a Hall of Fame quarterback. Le'Veon Bell, I don't care how much weed he smokes, he's still immaculate. This, I don't even think will be close. It could be close. When I say that, the NFL, you never know. Anything could happen, but yeah. I consider this to be a loss for the Panthers on the road and in the Steel City.
Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately, Panthers fans, I have the Pittsburgh Steelers winning this one game. I hear.
Yeah, now, the one thing that the Panthers do have going for them, and it is a Thursday night game, and shit gets crazy on Thursday night, and you never know what might happen.
You never know.
That is true. That is true.
Yeah, Pittsburgh is obviously a Super Bowl contender. I just feel like Carolina won't be able to keep up with that offense. Le'Veon Bell is already, into his groove. I know he's not coming back until 1 week before the season starts. Obviously, it'll start off slow, but by now, this is week 10. He's up and running. He's dominating. He's playing for that next contract with a new team. And it's going to be it could get brutal for the Panthers.
Yeah, and we will be streaming for that game.
Yeah.
Sean will be doing that because I'll be at work Thursday night. So,
yeah.
Sean,
I'll be by myself.
You guys can tune in for that, or maybe even Pigskin Pete.
Pigskin Pete might go live. Yeah.
No. Yeah, I actually might. That might. But you know what? I think I want to go live for one I think will win. That'd be a little bit better. I'm just kidding.
Well, imagine the upset though. If it's an upset.
Yeah.
And your Panthers win, woo! That's gonna be a hell of a reaction.
Yeah. Even if y'all lose, just get raged. They'll love that too.
Yeah. Either way, people love that. They love that.
Yeah.
It's a win-win situation, right?
Exactly.
Yep.
Great content comes out of that. All right, guys. So let's head into Week 11. Pigskin Pete, you guys are facing an NFC North division rival of mine, the Detroit Lions, and I'm gonna say this right here, right now. I'll go first. the Carolina Panthers go into the Motor City and they are going to walk out with a victory. They're going to beat the Detroit Lions.
I don't know if you guys know this, but lions and tigers are not friends, even though they're both big cats, and or panthers for that matter. But yes, I agree. I'm not a big Matt Stafford is. I feel sorry for the guy. I feel sorry for Matt Stafford that he got drafted to the Lions and he's stuck by them. And I don't feel sorry for him. He's getting paid a shitload of money to be there, but they have not done this guy any favors as far as coaching or the weapons around him. That place is like the welfare office of the NFL. People coming in, going out, getting paid, not getting paid, getting fired, getting rehired. It's a complete clusterfuck. And I almost do feel sorry for Lions fans. I'm not going to lie. But the Carolina Panthers are going to go up there and put a big can of whoop ass on the Lions.
Yeah, I agree with both y'all. I think Panthers take care of business here. I do like how the Detroit Lions, what they're doing in the offseason with the new head coach and all that, and they're trying to get a defensive-minded guy in there. But that's going to take a couple years for that to happen. You know, that doesn't happen overnight. Carolina goes in there, takes care of business on the road here.
Okay. All right, so we're all unanimous on that one. Heading into Week 12, the Panthers are back at home, facing the Seattle Seahawks.
Mm-hmm.
Sean, you go first. Who you got winning this one?
Yeah, with this one, we've seen some good games, but we also seen some blowouts in this matchup, right? Panthers, Seattle. But I got Carolina winning, and this could actually get a little ugly for Seattle.
I agree.
Just because of the fact that the Legion of Boom is gone. There's no Cam Chancellor. Earl Thomas might get traded. As of right now, he's still a Seattle Seahawk. Richard Sherman's gone. That whole defense is going to be different. And I see Cam Newton having himself a day. And Carolina, too. Russell Wilson, obviously, he's going to keep it close as long as he can. But I just don't see them keeping it close. I think Carolina could be a 35-10 game.
Yeah, I feel bad for Russell Wilson, and he is a magician. You know, when he's on the field, the Seahawks will always have a chance with him there. But I don't think it's going to be nearly enough. Panthers are going to get this win.
Yep.
And we'll close it out with Pigskin Pete and his thoughts on this game.
Now, I'm actually shocked that I agree with you that the Panthers are going to get the win here. You guys both seem to think that it's not going to even be close. I'm going to give the Seahawks a little bit more credit. Now, I do think that they are just in a complete rebuild right now. I don't think that you're going to see the Seahawks be the same team for a couple of years now.
Yeah.
They just have so many pieces to replace. But it is still the Seahawks and the Panthers. This is, over the past 5 or 6 years, become somewhat of a rivalry. And I do love Russell Wilson. I think that he's not underrated because everybody gives him his due.
Yeah.
But he is somebody that can make something happen out of nothing.
That's true.
So I'm not going to say that it's going to be a blowout. It could be. I'm going to give the Seahawks a little bit more credit just because of my respect for the Seahawks and say that it's going to be a close game that the Panthers win at home.
Yeah, okay. No, that's fair. I mean, because for me, I think Russell Wilson is the third best quarterback in the NFL behind Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady.
Yeah.
So, yeah, with a quarterback of that caliber, you always got a shot. So, I think that's fair.
Yeah.
All right, heading into Week 13, you guys are on the road against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Is there any way Tampa can split this series with you guys?
I got one word for you. 60-0.
Ah! On the road!
Even more?
On the road!
My God.
Sean?
Wait. I was being unfair with that. 58-0.
58-0.
Okay. That's reasonable. No, honestly, I was at first, I thought that they might be able to split with y'all. But it's just that offensive line of theirs is more and more I think about the Bucs, and more and more losses I give them, and I had to give y'all a win. I think y'all are going to sweep the Bucs. Like I said, Dirk Cutter. I don't even know. There's nothing else to say.
He's fired after this year.
Oh, he better be.
He has to be.
He better be.
But I have the Carolina Panthers winning this game as well here in Week 13, and a sweep of the Tampa Bay Bucs. Yeah. Sorry, Bucs fans.
They hate us.
Heading into
I'm
Week
not sorry.
He's not sorry. Heading into Week 14, Panthers stay on the road going up against the Cleveland Browns, a team I think anyone with any kind of knowledge of football can see that this is a team that is on the rise. How do you deny this talent? But how do you see this game playing out, Pigskin Pete?
Now we had a conversation slightly before the stream where I voiced my opinion that I think the Browns are going to win 7 or 8 games this year. So the old adage of can the Browns even win a game? The trash bag over the head with the eyes cut out. I think that the Browns are actually on their way up. I love the I love everything they did in the offseason. I also really like their head coach. I think that he sort of was put in a bad situation and inherited, a dumpster fire of a team.
Yeah.
And the last thing that the Browns need to do right now, all you Browns fans, listen to Pigskin Pete, because I might not be smart, but I'm smarter than everybody that owns your team for the past 50 years. Keep this guy.
Yeah.
Keep him. Give him 5 years, 6 years. I don't care if it's 7 years before you decide to fire him. This is what you need is continuity in that program. This is what you do is you fire people when you lose. You draft the wrong people. It's just keep the guy. But anyway, to get on to the game here, I get on these tangents whenever I'm passionate about something. And I don't know why I'm so passionate about the Browns. I'm not even from Ohio. But I will say I'm going to give the fact that this is in Cleveland, I'll give them a little bit more credit than if it was in Carolina. And I will say it's not going to be a big blowout like it would be on paper. I would say it'd be a 1-touchdown win by Carolina in Cleveland.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. I think the Panthers will win this game. Now, we don't know if Baker Mayfield will be under center. Tyrod Taylor, don't know.
That's a good point.
For the Cleveland Browns, it's all a matter of how quickly or soon this all this talent can start clicking together. Eventually, it's going to happen.
Yeah.
But until that happens, I think the Panthers are just a better football team right here, and they're going to get the win on the road.
I'm going to be the odd man out and say the Browns win this, guys.
What?
Yeah, I know. I was waiting for that. This is the thing. I love what the Browns did now. Oh, that was a great reaction. I'm so glad. I'm super glad I picked the Browns. Now, that's the thing. I was going back and forth. Y'all could win this. But I'm looking at this game. It's week 14, late in the year, in Cleveland. I think by now the fans are a little energized. They see that this team's got potential. It's winning games finally. It's not 0-16, right? I think this team could really surprise some people. Last year, they competed with a lot of teams, even though they went winless, right? Their defense was pretty good. It's just Sean Kaiser kept turning over the ball. Now, obviously, they got a quarterback that doesn't turn over the ball with Tyrod Taylor. He's one of the best quarterbacks to take care of the ball in the last so many years he's been starting. But either way, if it's Tyrod Taylor or Baker Mayfield, I think Browns could pull this off at home in Ohio. Wow. I'm going on the upset here. I went back and forth, though. I think y'all are a better team. I think it's just one of those games that they can pull out.
Wow, what a take.
Yeah.
Sean, that is the hottest take I've ever heard, man.
I know, man. I'm going balls.
I think I just broke my entire headphone setup doing that.
I'm sorry I had to do it.
All right. Sean's going with an upset.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm crazy. Call me crazy.
All right. Heading into week 15.
Yeah.
Monday Night Football.
Ooh.
The Panthers host the New Orleans Saints for their first matchup of the series in week 15.
Yeah.
Pigskin Pete, go ahead.
This is where I eat crow. Because I hate the New Orleans Saints with a passion. And the fact of the matter is that they have been the thorn in Carolina Panthers' side since Cam Newton's been there. Now, I will say we've won at least as many division titles as they have since Cam Newton's been there. But recently, we're talking about the past couple of years, the Saints, it doesn't matter if they're terrible, and they're not terrible right now. They find a way to get it done against Carolina. I have the Carolina Panthers losing a home game to the Saints in this game.
Okay.
Wow. Okay.
I agree with you. I think the Saints will get this road victory here on Monday Night Football. I have them being the second best team in the NFC, right behind only the Philadelphia Eagles. So, yeah, I think they take care of it here.
Ooh, I want to be the odd man out and pick the Panthers to win. What is going on with y'all? Both of y'all. Wow. Now, I look at it like this, man. I just, obviously, y'all already know I picked the Browns to beat the Panthers, and we already saw the reaction of that. I think the Panthers are going to get gonna get a little pissed off. They're like, man, I can't believe we lost to the Browns. So I think they're gonna come out fired up. Monday Night Football prime time. And you know what? They're going to upset the Saints here. It's a division rivalry, so you know they're already going to be pumped up to play this game. I think they're going to pull this out late in the year.
It's gonna be a good game. It's gonna be a really good game.
Yeah.
All right. Heading into Week 16, the Panthers host the Atlanta Falcons for their second matchup of the year. Pigskin Pete, Panthers pull off the victory here at home.
Yes, I do think so. And I said this before. I originally had the Falcons getting swept by the Panthers, and I got a little bit crazy in my own mind. And my fandom took over, and sometimes I can't control it, the rage inside for the Falcons. But I did give the Falcons the credit for the game in Atlanta. I'm not giving them that same credit in Carolina. Come on, Falcons, come bring. Hey, I saw your video with Slater. He seems like a great guy, but Slater. You are high, sir, if you think that the Falcons are going to beat out the Carolina Panthers in the NFC South. So I've got the Carolina Panthers winning big at home during this game.
I, as well, have the Carolina Panthers winning this game. There is no way that the Falcons would sweep the Panthers. I mean, the only team in this division that's getting swept would be the Tampa Bay Bucks.
Yeah.
Panthers are too damn good here, and they're going to get the revenge, and they're going to get the win here.
Yeah.
Sean?
I concur. I believe the
concur?
I concur.
Okay.
I got the Panthers winning this one also. A split series with the Falcons. Falcons are a great team, and I think the Panthers, and y'all have had some great games over the last couple of years, so I think definitely the Carolina does win this at home late in the year, though. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so we all are unanimous.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, heading into Week 17 to end
last
the year.
Game of the year.
Panthers on the road against the New Orleans Saints. Week 17.
Mm-hmm.
They just played them a couple of weeks earlier.
Yep.
Pigskin Pete, who wins this Week 17 matchup?
Now, I just said 2 games ago that the Saints with the Carolina side, and they were going to beat Carolina in Carolina, and you know how painful that was for me to say. Now, being the fact that this is the end of the season, this might end up being a chance for Carolina to earn a wild card spot in that division, coming off a heartbreaking loss at home to the Saints. I think, and let's not forget that Carolina went into a wild card game last year in a very close game in New Orleans and almost pulled it off, but didn't. Cam Newton, that Carolina Panthers team is going to be pissed off to the max, and they're going to find a way to get it done in New Orleans and shock the world and make the playoffs and beat the Saints in Week 17.
Okay.
Well, I completely agree with you because I think the Panthers will win this game. Now, the Saints, in my scenario, are not getting the number 1 seed. They have the number 2. They're not getting that number 1. Panthers are fighting for this playoff spot right here in the wild card, and they are going to come to this game hungrier, and they're gonna get it. And for me, they are gonna get that wild card spot and make the playoffs.
Wow.
Sean?
Man. So I had y'all winning. I was the only one that picked y'all to win Monday night. Y'all are crazy. A couple weeks back. Now I got y'all losing here because I do think the Saints are going to be the number 1 seed in the NFC, and this game determines that.
Wow.
So they have something to play for, and that yes, I think this elimination. They also are looking at it like this: if we beat the Panthers, we can keep them out of the playoffs, and that's what they're going to do here. And I think the Panthers just come up a little short, and I think New Orleans Saints are going to be the spoiler and be number 1 seed and keep the Panthers from making the playoffs.
Okay. Well. All right. So, all in all, I have, personally, the Panthers winning 10-6 on the season. I think they're capable of winning. They are capable of winning 12 games.
Yeah.
I think they could win that Cowboys game.
Yeah.
I think they could win that Giants game for sure. That was an upset pick for me. So, 10-6, 12-4 would be, I think, my range. I think that's a good range for the Panthers this year. Sean?
Oh, as of right now, I got y'all 9-7. But like Josh said, I can see y'all beating the Cowboys. I can see y'all beating the Giants. Even pulling out the wins against Cleveland, like I said, that was an upset. So there are some games I feel like y'all could win there. So y'all could easily be a 12-14. So I have y'all 9-7, but it's just the NFC is just so stacked. It's tough, but it's gonna be a good one.
And I have you guys making the playoffs. Pigskin Pete.
I have the Saints winning the South and being the number 1 seed in the NFC. So we can agree there. But I think that I have the Panthers at 12-4, obviously. And imagine, can you imagine a scenario where the Carolina Panthers are 12-4 and a wild card team? I mean, come on.
That's the state of the NFC this year.
Hey, we saw that.
And that was
with the Giants a couple years ago. They're 11-5 in wild card.
Well, last year Carolina was 11-5 in a wild card team.
Yep.
So
exactly.
You're right. This is the NFC is completely stacked right now, and it's so unpredictable. Listen, I'm to be serious with you guys. I could see any scenario from 9-7 to 13-3 for the Carolina Panthers. It's so unpredictable, and I think that I'm confident in my sweeping of the Bucs. That's about it.
All right. Well, there you have it, guys. That's our gauge of the 2018 season for the Carolina Panthers.
Yeah.
So in the comment section down below, let us know your thoughts on the Panthers season. What do you have their record being? And do you have them making the playoffs? Let us know your thoughts.
Yes.
And once again, be sure to go subscribe to our boy,
guys.
Pigskin Pete. We love him. We appreciate you, man, for coming on to the show.
It's a pleasure,
Thank you so much for joining us and giving us your time, man.
Hey, I appreciate you guys having me on, and I'm sure we'll hook up many more times.
Oh, yeah.
Keep pounding, Panthers fans, and go Tigers.
Oh, and I can't wait for that pizza week 1, man. Oh,
we're getting that pizza.
We're getting that pizza.
We're gonna get an extra large pizza. We're gonna go half and half. Like I'm gonna get what I want, you get what you want. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
We'll go with that.
All right. So while we're doing that, my wife said she wants a veggie pizza, but I want my half to be all meat.
All meat.
Meat
lovers.
All right. Well, we're gonna make that happen.
All right. So hey, we'll see what happens in the 2018 season. It's gonna be a great year, everybody, and good luck to everyone.
Yep.
So all right, guys. We'll see you later.